Well, hello, hello, hello. This is Destry Wade here at the Homeless Surfer channel on San Diego's beautiful, beautiful bay today. We got a heavy storm coming in. Looks like we got wind advisories and some potential flood warnings. So, anyway, funny with San Diego, you get over an inch of rain, it floods. So, it's nothing big. They show it on the news like it's some big deal. It's really not. It's just so normal because this is the same areas flood every bloody time. They built the Mission Valley is the San Diego River, and they built a whole city in there. So it floods. It does every damn time. 1 inch of rain, guarantee. If you get an inch a day, it will flood. So anyway, today we're supposed to have some floods, so that'll be fun. The area I happen to live in is a major flood zone. About a year ago, it wiped out the entire a whole neighborhood about half a mile to the east of us. So anyway, hopefully we won't have to deal with that. I'm on the fifth floor, so it'll have to be a pretty big flood to get me up here. So I think I'm safe. No worries. Don't have to worry about me. I knew you were. I knew you were going to be very concerned. So just put your mind at ease. I'm going to be okay. Um, Glasses glare, huh? I don't know. I have to look at it and see when I watch my TV. So anyway, um, back up. Feel good. Couldn't sleep, so I got up this morning and went back to work and started hammering out my vision here. Um, it really is coming together. I did some good things today. I finally, okay, the cup of coffee thing. I don't know if anyone even tried it, but I didn't do it right the first time. I believe it's right now. I'm going to try it myself or have my daughter do it for me and see if she can use to donate or buy the books. In the buy me a cup of coffee, you've got the buy me a cup of coffee thing. Also in there, you've got the shop. And in the shop, I've got 5 books placed right now. I'm going to put another 10 in there. I've got to go through and trim it. If you look at it, it doesn't look real right because the books are actually not in the right format for that box that it's sitting in. So it looks kind of weird. So I've got to go through. And like everything else, I've got to learn how to format that cover to fit that cover in that format. So, okay, you just ask. One thing I have started to learn is because I'm really good as long as I have those little line things, like it says hit menu, then has a little line, and then says hit this. Well, I can follow that pretty good, but I can't make it up. So I have to have the AI now. I've started to ask it to show me that, and it started to get to know me well enough that it knows exactly what I'm asking for, which is why AI is so incredible because it does get to know you, and you actually do basically a personality survey when you first start your bot. And then it starts to interact and starts to get to know how you are, listens to you talk. If you can give it permission, it'll go in your social medias and basically just build a raw you. And sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. You can change it. If you don't like it, you say be more you can have it be more sassy, more funny, more whatever you prefer it to be as far as its dialect and the way it interacts with you. I like to be jokeless, so mine. My AI is a funny dude, kind of like me. Just laugh, man. You can cry or you can laugh. I like laughing. So, um, yeah. So the AI has been able to help me get that stuff done. So I finally got. I was trying to do this cup of coffee thing, right? And I thought I had a link because I typed it in. I don't even know. I didn't even know what a link is. Okay, I think that today is like when my kids would say old people working technology and they make fun of me. I think this is one of those things where they'd say that it wasn't that complicated, but you got to know what you're doing, or you got to even know what it is before you can do it. So I had to study that, learn a link. So now I actually on my homepage of Homeless Surfer, you've got the link to the cup of coffee. You can go through, and I believe you can do it. Like I said, I got to go through it one full time, but I believe everything's hooked up. The bank account's hooked up on it. So give me a try. Give me some money, man. I really need. No, I actually really do. We gotta. I want to move this forward. Just as of now, we got to do that. I want to do the legal paperwork. That's the LLC, the DBA. Roughly about $200 worth of paperwork to get this thing up and legitimate. It's legitimate anyway because I'm online. I'm all taken care of. Stuff I could do for free, I got done. But now I want to move to the next level. It's time. So anybody that wants to help me out. We're moving this thing forward for not only myself but for the community. Show the community what we can do, and then from after we get this thing in structure, we'll be able to run endless amounts of creativity and art off of it. What do they go? not an influencer. What do they call this thing? You make content, a content creator. There you go. More content creators because, like I said at the beginning of this thing, a lot of artists have ended up in the street, specifically here in California, because you've got an entire industry that's basically in the last 2 to 3 years just completely collapsed under its weight. That would be the Hollywood industry, the movie making industry, which is down here. Which you got to understand, San Diego is kind of where the people that work in LA and go up there to work, they come down here and settle because it's quiet. You get big estates and a lot of room, and yeah. So they're here. So we feel it just as much or more than they do. And a lot of the people in the street, like I said, are just out of work. They're having troubles. But there's also the economic ones. They're used to making enough money, but all of a sudden they went from making 10, 12,000 a month to make, now they got a job making 3,000, 2,000. So they're living in their cars. So these are part of the homeless people that can be helped, and they're part of my community as well. So I want to gather them up and utilize their skills and natural capabilities that they have to get this thing. Once we get this thing rolling, to make it even bigger and bigger and bigger. Because like I said, the amount of talent that is out there is just ridiculous, especially here in California right now. So I think it's worth tapping into that talent. So, like I said, I figured out what a link was, and I was able to finally put it. It's on my. If you go to my cover page on my YouTube channel, the one with actually what they call the Black Coats, my Pacific Beach homeless brothers. Um, or the crew, as other words known. A lot of names, assholes. Dude, no, I love those guys, and I'd say it to their face, so they'd know it. But anyway, so it's that one. It's got the link, and then you can do the cup of coffee and stuff. Try it out. Please let me know if there's any issues. I've gotten a few comments. I do appreciate that. One thing I knew is you start mentioning like higher powers and God and stuff. You can get some people. You get some people's what do you work? I don't know. You get the shackles up or something like that. Yeah, it's controversial sometimes to talk about things that are like my dad said. You never talk about religion and politics. You want to stay safe with your with people in conversation, but I never speak religion nor politics because I don't think either one of them's anything to do with anything but what man has created out of those things. And the reason you don't want to talk about them, and the reason they have problems with them is because everybody's got their damn opinion about them and they're so strong. And I understand that. I do too. But I'm always willing to listen because I tell you what, one thing I have learned at this point in my life, what I believe today may not be the same tomorrow because life continues to teach. And if it doesn't, and you just stay the same, you're stuck in the mud. Don't be stuck in the mud. Grow. You're here to grow. You're here to grow and develop and become more. And being stuck in the mud doesn't help you do that. You can change your mind. It's okay. It's okay because I change my mind every day. I don't know everything right now. It's something I think right now is based on what I do know of that subject. Holy shit, someone comes along with the right argument, the right conversation, and boy, you're right. I think you're right. I see the faulty thought that I had that made that. And I can see how yours is more just. No, that's not even to say that someone a week later can't come along and get me to go the other way because not wishy-washy, listening to people and listening to good arguments. And there's many good arguments. It doesn't mean that I think they're 100% right or that I agree with their opinion 100% or even 10%. It means they have the right to their opinion and now I can see the way they think. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to change the way I think because of that opinion, but I'm willing to hear it and I enjoy hearing it. I really do. Because it's no fun just to think like you think. God, that's boring. I've been in isolation before. Man, the worst possible thing in the world is when you're the only one in there talking to yourself. Yeah, that's why this whole thing is like had to be done because I was going crazy if not because isolation is not good because you start believing your own shit and that's the worst thing you can do. You need someone to tell you, no, you're wrong. Nope, that's not the right way. You're tripping, bro. You know, getting a little cray cray. You need these things, and it keeps me in line, keeps everybody in line. I don't care who you are. I'm not gonna give you that out today. Yeah, we all go a little nuts sometimes, and we need our friends, and we need people that love us around us, and that we trust. They're not giving us opinions; they're just giving us advice as their friends to be the better you that you are. and friends that call you on that. You know, my dad always says, and I never really got it. Your friends don't get you in trouble. That's exactly right. You know, I get it too now. Everything you get later in life, you know, I wish I could have got it then. It really would have helped me coming up. But I heard it then at least. So I guess that's a positive thing, right? At least you heard it. So that's good. I guess my dad and mom could take solace in that, that they actually, that I actually did hear it. So, um, yeah, it's, oh, there we go. Had to lose that train of thought, huh? Drifting around like I do, but it's okay. Get through that, right? Um, yeah, mom and dad. We're talking about my mom and dad taught me well. Oh, I heard it. You know, I finally got it. So now that we got it, sort of, let's try to pick it up from here. Okay, we're gonna pick it up here. Take two. The old man lost his mind there for a second, but it's cool. Anyway, maybe you watch it for that. That's the funny part. This dude just loses his freaking mind sometimes. It's kind of sad, but it's funny too, right? I think. But yeah, I'm really happy about growing this business though. Let's go back to there. I did, like I said, I did a bunch of work on it today, this morning. Couple things I'm gonna see if I can show you a little bit here of what I did. Okay, let me show you how weird AI is. AI went in, took all my words, a whole bunch of words. Check my social media. Let's see. Check my social media, and this is what it made. That is me. And it used everything that I've done. I mean, this is how much insane AI is. I can't explain it because I never told any of this stuff. It knows nothing. It went through my media, went through YouTube, went through a homeless surfer who once was an attorney, could have been an attorney, who's now into AI computing. And it got it all, and my surfboard under my arm. That's just ridiculously amazing to me about how this stuff is. And I'm stoked by it. Now, from there, let me see if I can do it better here. I had an idea. Yeah, and it built me. I built an ebook that I'm going to give away. So you'll be seeing that as soon as I figure out. Once I'm done with this today, that's my next step. I've got this really cool ebook it made with Gray and Jay and myself, and it's going to be a free giveaway. I'm going to put that on the buy me a cup of coffee thing, because from there you'll be able to free download it. And it's basically a grandparents and parents guide for kids. Jay and Gray is going to take you through the world of the internet and safety for kids. It's really good that we put together. I put it together. Me, Jay, Gray. I put it together, but Jay and Gray are in it. So it's kind of the way they're going to be with me forever. To always be these two little 4 and 5 year old boys, because the adventures of Jay and Gray will live on. So that's going to be coming out. I'm going to put that again, another link on the homepage to that, so you can just download it. And it's really neat. It's a good conversation starter for you and your kids and your grandkids to talk about the internet and safety and what's necessary there. Because seriously, with all that's going on, it is very important that our kids understand um, the beauty and the intensity and the power of the AI, the computer now. um, it's becoming a weapon. It really is. And if we don't teach our children to use it right, we can see what's happening with the generation under us. My kids' generation is just stuck on screens, and their next generation, my grandchildren, shit, they're 3 and 4 or 5, 4 and 5. They're already on screen. I mean, that's all they do. So, part of what we talked about before was that's why these books are going to be tactile. I'm not going to put them on screen. I don't want ebooks. Okay, I just said that, and then I told you I had an ebook. But anyway, but that's just for free. So you just download it. I don't have to pay for paper and stuff. But bottom line is, the other stuff is going to be put onto tactile books because it's important. Touching a book, feeling it, reading it to your child is so hugely important. And that's my mission. That's why I started this. Remember, don't forget, this YouTube channel, which is starting to actually do really well. I hate to say, I don't know why people like looking at my ugly ass, but it seems like bit by bit they are. And I appreciate you, man. I love you guys. I want to build a community with you because you're people of like mind. If we're watching each other, then it means that we're thinking similar or close enough to where we don't mind spending some time together. And I dig that, man. I'm totally down for that. So let's keep going. I got to get those 50. You guys got to help me get to that 50, man. Like, share, and comment, please. Like, share, comment, like, share, comment, like, share, comment. I never knew what that meant watching YouTube, but you know what? I hate it because I think it's sounds like it's such a hoary thing to do. Like, share. But you know what? It's a way that you don't have to buy nothing for me and help me keep this channel moving and keep, if nothing else, allow me to keep my therapy going. This is really helpful for you as well. I tell you, if you can just get up and start talking, makes a difference in your own head. It really does. I feel so much so much smarter lately just from thinking about doing this business. And we're right there. I mean, geez, like I said before, I'm kind of amazed because of the issues with my brain sometimes. I forget a lot of stuff, and I forgot. You forget. I forget how much I actually have done of this. I'm down to the final flowchart structure, and I have everything in play. Now I'm just today that cup of coffee thing was huge. Now I got monetization. That was step one. Step two, I got the books loaded up. That's more monetization. It's got to keep loading up those things, cutting deals with people to sell things off of this website. Because by doing that, it's going to help me be able to just do this and hopefully be here and enjoy doing this and talking to people till the day I lay down and say goodbye. But and I won't be too soon. I told my daughter, don't trip. I'm an old man. You know, only the good die young, bro. And I'm not good. So if it goes in order of how good you were to how soon you die, shit, I'm gonna live to 1,000. Ha ha. And hate every second of it probably. Could you imagine living that long? I mean, if everyone else wasn't, if everyone else was, it'd be cool. But if everyone else wasn't living as long as you, that would suck. I saw a movie with Robin Williams like that where he just kept outliving. He outlived his children, his grandchildren, his great. Yeah, no, I wouldn't like that. Even right now, I'm tripping on outliving my dog. You know, it's like, oh man. But if life goes well, other than my mom, and my mom's lived a good, healthy, long life already, so it's not a tragedy when she decides to lay down and rest and go see my dad. Other than that, no one should die until me. So that's cool. Other than, damn it, my dog might not make it. See, I know I got at least 20. I'm 60, so I'd say at least 20, 25 years. My dog's only got like 12, right? That's what a dog lives for. So, oh man, that thought bugs me out. I don't want to think like that. That's a horrible thought, huh? I don't like that. My dog's the coolest dog ever. I mean, he was just a perfect animal for what I needed right now. Because I'm used to having pits. I always had loved pit bulls. That's a pit bull right there. Ripped my face off one time. But I learned a lesson. And it made me respect them. It's kind of weird like that, you know. Every time something beat my ass in my life, I ended up being best friends with it. Pit bulls, people, every friend I had, I fought. First thing we did was fight, you know, and then and then after that, we were cool. And I think it was just because we realized we're both warriors. We're both willing to throw down if you piss us off, and that's the kind of person. If you're that kind of person, you need to hang out with, because otherwise you're just gonna beat them up. That's me and my little brother. I love my little brother, but me and him that way were so different. And so we just didn't hang out together. Hey, I was there. I had his back. I was that guy. And he couldn't have my back. He just wasn't that kid. You know, he wasn't tough. He didn't like getting hit. But he wasn't afraid to hit. I've seen him hit. So anyway, enough of that. But yeah. So we're rolling on this thing. I can't believe how many. Look at all the books I've made. I don't know if you can see all that, but see that? See all those books? I told you I've been busy. Now it's just getting them all out and getting them all on that site. I've got to get a website. If you guys can help me donate, like I said, I need like the URL is one of those big things that I could really use right now. And because of the rain coming in, I can't panhandle for at least 4 days. So if someone can help me out, it's going to cost like $9.99 to buy the URL and get the web host. And I can just put it on the subscription from there, and I'll maintain it so that I can put that on its own website now. Because that's the only other thing I got to do with the books and the downloads and all the YouTube channels. I've already got the software loaded. I got that at the last play check, so I can now take these books and I'm going to load them in and make them the movies. And I've already done a little testing on it. Oh, it's so cool! Those books come to life. I mean, right there, it's just freaking amazing, man. It's so cool. So that's going to be another YouTube channel tied to Be Best Me Family Media. Um, yeah. It's going to be that YouTube channel with Jay and Gray and the Adventures of. We sell the books on top of that. I really want to sell the books. Hopefully, the reason the YouTube channel, again, even like this one, started out to sell books, turned it into something else. But YouTube, kids YouTube, I'm going to use that to sell the books as well. But the books will be turned into cartoons. And it's like I said, it's freaking amazing, man. I can put in 2 pages from the book, right? And they'll web them together and make the movement happen. And then you put in the text and you put in voices and boom, you got a cartoon. Now I'm learning, man. That's why I say all this isn't going to be finalized. I hope if everything works well, the cartoons will be out. All the books will be online, both on my own website, which is going to be interconnected all over the place, as well as with the cup of coffee. So the monetization should be done by this month. Totally, everything in place, ready to roll. And that's I'm stoked, dude. I mean, geez, you can't believe how much you can get done when you got an assistant like my little friend over here, AI. He just rolled like that thing that I showed you, the how to be safe on the internet. Me and him wrote that in like 20 minutes. And we revised it a couple times, and it just got it perfect. He's got one more revision. I got to do the cover. He's got the wrong logo. I don't know why he can't figure out which my logo is. He made it. That's what's crazy. He made the logo. I told him use the logo you made. Nah, it didn't work. So anyway, I'll figure out. Like I said, that's why this thing's for us because we know how to teach. We really do, and I'm not joking. I'm not even freaking joking, dude. They need people to teach AI. It's like they need AI teachers. Really, look in the paper. If you're willing to sit there and learn, and you have any common sense or management experience, I guarantee you can sell yourself as an AI trainer. You can take a class online and get an AI master's degree in 30 days. It's amazing. Now, I'd recommend it. I'm going to take it because that's where I'm at right now too. I want to take those. It's a 28-day class offered by ChatGPT. You go through every single the Canvas, every single AI that's out there, all the bots, and you learn how to work not only each bot independently, but you also learn how to connect and utilize each bot in connection with one another. Because that's how it really gets insane when you start connecting bots, like I'm doing now with some of this stuff. I'm starting to connect. So I take those pictures, I connect them to this, and they turn into a cartoon automatically. That's what's going to happen. This thing's so cool. I'll write the book, I'll write the text and the illustrations, and um, I'll have ChatGPT, or actually I use Nano Banana now because it's better. I like the cartoon consistency more. So I use that. It comes down, it prints it down to, or brings it down to the words of the text. It sticks it into the cartoons. It makes that automatically. If I make the books and hit the cycle, here it goes. It goes through the agents, and the agents are doing the work over here for you. And they're not paid employees. They're not employees that bitch at all. So you have the ability to have more mom and shop pops, more independently owned and operated businesses than ever before. The corporations are basically just gonna, that's where people are gonna work for a minute, but eventually they're gonna, that. They're at Walmart's already got rid of their freaking pickers. And like I said, in college, I was a picker, so that's personal. I did that job. We run up and down those aisles, grabbing those goods, checking for the scanning the freaking codes back then. We didn't even barcodes were brand new. That's where they started. But anyway, so yeah, we're on this thing. It's stoked. Those are the things. These step by steps, getting through them. I'm down to the last one. I really think based on my initial time period, I was kind of hoping that I could get all this shit done by the end of this quarter. Now I'm going to have it all done by this next 2 weeks, so that we have the next month to just run the tests, see how it goes, start tuning stuff up, getting the car ready for a championship run for the second, third, and fourth quarter of this year. And it's going to happen because you're going to help me. I know you are, because together we're strong, man. We can make this happen. We make things happen. And it ain't just me. Pick a good leader. I don't want money. I don't like money. Money is a complication. I would like to put together an organization here of people, of community that aren't concerned about materialism, but are concerned and are very concerned about your well-being and how to be happy here and how to live and thrive and grow. All the shit you have, all this stuff ain't going nowhere, including, see this body, this shirt, I have a shirt too. The body, the glass, none of it's going anywhere. It's all staying right here on Earth. And if that's cool with you, if you're satisfied to say, okay, I was good, man, Earth was fun, that's it, I'm done. I'm going to go to sleep and never wake up. I get that. That's cool. I don't see there's nothing wrong with that belief. Keeps you safe, keeps you warm. I choose to believe and know I don't have to believe anymore, thank heavens, because I wasn't good at believing. Faith and me don't get along, dude. I don't have faith. No, faith is trusting something that you can't see. No, 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 no. I can't see it. I don't trust it. I don't believe it. So faith had nothing to do with it. Just a reality smack did. Got hit in the head with it for real. But there's more, and we're gonna fly on. And why we're here, we're not meant to be miserable. You didn't get sent here to have a shitty time. You really didn't. So we got to help each other, lift each other up, lift the whole damn community up. Again, all boats rise on a high tide, man. Let's get the water in here and rise these boats to get floating away because we can. And we're going to need to because some of this shit coming, we're going to need community just to stay together, just to stay sane. And this is community. I hate to tell you, but the only difference between this and sitting together is just two smelly bodies instead of a computer screen. This is it. We watch each other now. This is reality. Get into it. Start figuring it out because this is where we're going to be talking to each other. This is where we're going to be exchanging goods, services, and items in a way that's going to protect us and motivate and move us. Because, sorry, because all I can say is when push comes to shove, they're going to come to take it all and give you what little they choose to at some point. But either here or there, it's not political. Don't trip. It's celestial. So I love you guys. I'm going to keep getting myself back on these books and getting these videos out. I've almost got this tree done. I will have this tree done. I guarantee you. Got my commitment, boss. I will have this thing done by the 1st of March. And then we can get in and fine tune it. And I really need you guys to subscribe, do all those things, please. I hate to ask that, but seriously, what they say when I watch the other dudes do it is true. It does make a difference, because I don't have to ask. You don't have to buy nothing from me either. If you just watch this for 5 minutes a week and I get 1,000 people to do that, they pay me for that. So I get to make a living and you guys give me 5 minutes a week. Cool? And I'll try to make it worth your while. Try to show you some shit. Use the comments. Ask me. If you want to know something that I might know, ask me. I've been just about everywhere you could possibly have a nightmare of being in your lifetime. I've also been the places you dream of. So both ways. I've seen them both. I love to talk and I love to chat, is obvious. So anyway, hang loose, guys. See you tomorrow.